Hello everyone, in this video we will make a knuckle joint assembly using the CREO parametric. Now before going to make an assembly, first we will make a working directory so that all the components of the knuckle joint assembly that we will make will be saved in that particular folder, so that when we want to make an assembly, all the parts should be easily accessible to us while making the assembly. So here you can find the select working directory, click on that. Now here we will select the desktop and here we will create a new folder and we will name it as a knuckle joint. And then click on OK and OK. Now we will first create a fork end of the knuckle joint. So click here new, then uncheck this, here OK, then here millimeter kg second and then OK. Now before creating a part, we will first offset a plane parallel to the top plane and at a distance of 18 mm. So we'll go to the plane, then select the top plane and the distance is 18 mm and then click on OK. After making a plane, we'll use the extrude. So go to the model and select the extrude. Now we'll draw two concentric circles. So click on the circle and draw two concentric circles with the origin as a center. And here the inner circle has a diameter of 13 mm and outer circle has a diameter of 60 mm. And then click on OK. Here the depth of the extrusion is 22 mm. So enter here 22 and then click on OK. After making this, we have to mirror it about the top plane. For that, click on the mirror and then select the top plane and then click on OK. After making this, we have to sketch a curve on the front plane about which we will sweep a cross section. For that, click on the sketch, then select here front plane and then sketch. Now here, before making the sketch, we will give the references to some edges. So click on the references, then click on the upper edge, then this lower edge and these two side edges. Then we will close it. Now we will make a circle with the diameter of such that it will tangent to both the upper and lower reference line. So we have created this. Now the distance of the center of the circle from the origin is 38 mm. So we'll go to the normal, then click on the center of the circle, then press Ctrl, then click on the origin and then press scroll button. Now this distance is 38 mm. Now after making this, we will trim unwanted segments. For that, we will use the delete segment and then we will delete all the unwanted segments. Now we will make two horizontal lines to complete the curve. For that, we will click on the line and then we will draw two horizontal lines and then we will click on OK. Now we will click on the sweep and select the section. Now here we will draw a section which we want to sweep along the curve that we have drawn in the early sketch. So here we will draw a sketch using the line. Now here first we will draw here an open rectangle. Now here this distance is 18 mm, the total distance is 36 mm and here it is 22 mm. Now we will close it by a line and then click on OK. So here you can see that there is some gap in between the early entity and the entity that we have made by the sweep. Now in order to remove these, we will go to the options and click on the merge ends. So here you can see that it is perfectly attached to the prior entity. Then click on OK. Now after that we will make a plane which is parallel to the right plane and at a distance of 147. So click on the plane, then select the right plane, and here the distance of this plane from the right plane is 147 mm. So enter here 147 and then click on OK. After making a plane, we will select Extrude and then we will give the reference to this upper edge, then we will close it. Now we will draw a circle which center lies on the origin and which is tangent to the reference geometry. Then we will close. Now here the depth of extrusion is up to this portion. So here in this drop down box we will select extrude up to the next surface and then we will click on OK. Now after making this, we will click on the extrude and then we will select front plane. Now we will give the references to the upper edge and this side and then we will close it. Now we will draw a closed section using the line and circle. So first we will start from here and first we will draw vertical line, then a horizontal line. Now vertical line has a length of 2 mm, horizontal line has a length of 38 mm, and now we will draw a circle. So here we will click on the circle, then we will draw a circle. Now we will give the tangency to this circle to the horizontal line. So click on the tangency, then click on the circle and then click on the horizontal line. Here the distance of the center of the circle from the reference line is also 38 mm. So we will give it 38. Now we will draw a cross horizontal line in order to complete the section. So we will create a horizontal line like such. Now we will trim unwanted segments. So we will click on the delete segment and we will delete all the unwanted segments. Now here our sketch is completed and now we will click on OK. Now here from the drop down list we have to select here extrude on both the sides and then we will click on the remove material and then click on OK. Now we have to make pattern of 6 such extrude card. So we will click on the pattern, then here we will select the axis pattern. Now here we have to choose the axis around which the pattern will be made. So here we will select this axis and here we have to give the number that we want to make the pattern. So here it is 6 and we will click on the angle button, then click on OK. So here we have made successfully our first part, which is the fork, and now we will save it. So go to the file, then click on the save as. Here you can see that it will be automatically saved to the folder that we have made using the working directory, which is the desktop and knuckle joint. Now here we will name it as a fork end, and then we will click on OK. Now we will close it and we will make the second part, which is the eye end. So we will close it and click on the new. Here we will uncheck this, click on OK, and here select millimeter kg second and then OK. Now first we will go to the model, then click on the extrude and select the top plane. Now we will create two concentric circles. So we will create two concentric circles having the diameter of 30 mm and 60 mm. So here it is 30 mm and it is 60 mm. Now we'll click on OK. Here we will extrude the two concentric circles on the both sides of the sketching plane. So here in this drop down box, select extrude on both the sides, and here the depth of the extrusion is 36 mm. So enter here 36 and then click on OK. After making this, we have to make a plane which is parallel to the right plane and at a distance of 120 mm. So click on the plane, then select the right plane and enter here 120 mm. And then click on OK. After creating a plane, select the plane and go to the extrude. Now here we will give the reference to the edge and we will close it. Now click on the circle and we will draw a circle such that its center lies on the origin and it will tangent to this reference geometry. Then click on OK. And here we have to alter the direction of extrusion, and here we have to extrude it up to the entity. So here in the drop down box, select extrude up to the next surface and then click on OK. Now after making this, we have to extrude cut. So we'll go to the extrude, then select the front plane. Now here we will select this upper horizontal edge and this side edge. So go to the references, then we'll select this and this edge and we'll close it. Now we will make a section. So we'll use the line, then draw a vertical line and then a horizontal line. Now the vertical line having the length of 2 mm, the horizontal line having the length of 38 mm. Now we will draw a circle. So here we will choose the circle and draw a circle. Now we will give the tangency to this circle to the horizontal line. For that, click on the tangency, then click on the circle and then click on the horizontal line. Now here the distance of the center of the circle from this vertical reference line is also 38 mm. So enter here 38, and now we will close the section by a horizontal line. So we will go to the line and then we will close the section. Now we will delete the unwanted segments. Before that, we will give the diameter of this circle, which is 30. So here we will enter 30 mm. Now we will delete the unwanted segments. So click on the delete segment and here we will delete all these unwanted segment, and here we will extend it. So here it is like this. So here our section is completed. Now we will click on the OK. After that, here we have to choose the extrude on both the sides, and here we will click on the remove material, then click on OK. Now we have to make a pattern of such extrude cut for 6 times. For that, we will go to the pattern. Here we will select the axis pattern, and now we will select the axis for making the pattern. For that, select this axis. Here we want 6 such extrude cut. So enter here 6 and click on the angle button. Now click on OK. So you can see that we have made the second major part of the eye end. Now before closing it, we will put another plane which is parallel to the right plane at a distance of 26 mm, which we will use while making the assembly. So go to the plane, then click on the right plane, and here we will make a plane at a distance of 26 mm and then click on OK. Now we'll save it, so click on the file, then save as, and here enter the name which is the end, and then click on OK. Now we'll close it and we'll move to the third part, which is the pin. So go to the spool and here we'll close it. Now we'll click on the new, then we'll uncheck this. OK, here millimeter kg second and then OK. Now it is a very simple part. For that we'll go to the model, then click on the extrude. Now select the top plane. Here first we'll make a circle of diameter of 45 mm and then click on OK. We will extrude it up to the depth of 15 mm, so enter here 50 and then click on OK. After making the head of the pin, we will make a shank. For that we will also go to the extrude, then select this lower face. Now here we will draw a circle with the diameter of 30 mm, so it is 30 mm, and now we will check OK. Now the depth of extrusion for the shank portion is 102 mm, so we will enter here 102 and then click on OK. Now after making this, we have to make a slot for the tapered pin, and for that first we will make a plane. So we will go to the plane and here select the top plane. Now here we will make a plane at a distance of 102 minus 15, then click on OK and OK. Now after making the plane, we will use the revolve feature in order to cut the portion to insert the tapered pin. So we'll go to the sketch. Now in order to make a revolve, first we will insert a center line, so click on the center line and here we will put a center line. After making a center line, first we will draw a vertical line, so we will draw a vertical line. Now the distance or the length of the line is 52 mm, so we will enter here 52 and we will enter here half of 52, which is 26, and then now we will go to the line, then we will draw a horizontal line, then we will draw an inclined line, and then we will draw horizontal line. Now here this length of the horizontal line is 3 mm, so we will enter here 3, and after making this 3 we will give the angle. So this angle is nothing but 90 minus 0.573. Now we will click on OK. Now we will go to the revolve and select the remove material, then click on OK. So now we have made the pin. Now we will save it, so click on the file, then save as and name here as a pin and then OK. Now the next part is the collar, so we'll close it and we'll click on the new. We'll uncheck this, click on OK. Here select the millimeter kg second and then OK. Now for making a collar, we'll mainly use extrude and revolve feature. So we'll go to the model, then click on the extrude, then select the top plane. Now we'll draw two concentric circles. So first we'll draw two concentric circles and having the diameters of 30 mm and 45 mm. So enter here 30 mm and the bigger circle having the diameter of 45 mm. Then click on OK. Now here we'll extrude these two concentric circles on the both sides of the sketching plane. So here in this drop down menu, select extrude on both the sides. Now here the depth of the extrusion is 14 mm, so we'll enter here 14 mm, then click on OK. After making this, we will make a slot for the tapered pin. For that, we'll click on the sketch, then we'll select the top plane and then we'll go to the sketch. Now here we will use the revolve feature in order to make a slot for the tapered pin. For that, we will first insert a center line. After putting a center line, we will draw a close section for making a slot. Now for that, we will go to the line and here we will make a vertical line. Now here the length of the vertical line is 52 mm and it is half of 52, which is 26. Now we will draw a horizontal line, then an inclined line and a horizontal line and close the section. Now here the angle is nothing but 90 minus 0.573 and here the length of this horizontal line is 3 mm, so enter here 3 and then we'll close it. Now we'll go to the revolve and here we will click on the remove material and then click on OK. Now we'll save this, so we'll go to the file, save as, and we'll name it here as a collar and then click on OK. Now we'll make the last part of the knuckle joint assembly, which is the tapered pin. So we'll close it and we'll open a new, then we'll uncheck this, click on OK. Here we'll select millimeter kg second and then OK. So now for making a tapered pin, we'll mainly use the revolve feature. So we'll go to the model, then click on the sketch. Now we'll select the top plane and then sketch. For making a revolve feature, we'll first put a center line. For that, click on the center line and then we will put a center line. After that, we'll draw a section for revolving it about the center line. For that, click on the line and then we'll first draw vertical line, and the dimensions of the vertical line are here it is 52 and it is 26. Now after making a vertical line, we'll draw a horizontal line, then we'll draw an inclined line and then a horizontal line. Now here the angle is 19 minus 0.573 and then here this length of the horizontal line is 3 mm. Now we'll close it and now we'll click on the revolve and we'll OK. So here it is the last part of the tapered pin and then we'll save it. So we'll go to the file, then save as and name it as a tapered pin, then OK. Till now we have created all the parts of the knuckle joint assembly. Now we are going to make an assembly. For that, we will close it and then we will click on the new, then here we will select the assembly, uncheck this, then OK. Here select the millimeter kg second and then OK. Now here we will insert one by one all the components and we will make the assembly of that. For that, we will click on the assemble, then here first we will insert the fork end and then click on open. Now first we have to left click once, then here in this drop down box select the default and then click on OK. Now we will insert the second component, which is the eye end. So click on the assemble, then here click on the eye end and then click on open. Then we have to once click the left button. After that, here we will select the inner cylindrical portion and here also inner cylindrical portion. So both the portion are coincident. After that we will select this upper face and we will select this face, and here we will choose the coincident. Then we will click on OK. So here we have assembled two components. Now we will insert the third component, which is the pin. So we will click on assemble. Then here we will select the pin and then click on open. Now we will first left click once. After that we will select this cylindrical portion of the shank and select this inner cylindrical portion. Now we will select this upper surface and we will select this lower surface of the head, and here we will select the coincident. So here you can see that we have made this coincident. Now we have to make sure that we have to make this hole in front of us. Now we'll click on the OK. Now we'll insert the third component, which is the collar. So we'll click on the assemble, then here select the collar and click on open. Now we'll left click once. Now here we'll select this inner cylinder and here select this cylindrical portion of the shank. Now it is coincident. After that we'll select this upper surface of the collar and this lower surface of the fork end. So it is automatically coincident. Then we'll click on OK. Now we'll insert the last component of the assembly, which is tapered pin. So here we'll click on the assemble, then click on the taper pin, then OK. Now we'll left click once. Now we'll select the axis of the taper pin and after that we'll select this axis of the tapered hole. So here we'll give the coincident. Now we will check whether it is correct or not. So you can see that here this side hole is small. So here in the placement tab we will flip and then here we will select this right plane or front plane, and after that we will select the front plane of the assembly and here we will give it coincident and then click on OK. Now we will hide all the plane's axis points, and now you can see that the complete assembly of the knuckle joint.